Foreign autumn haze. Even in the face of death, he maintains a calm, melancholic expression. I knew I would die like this, on the edge of the world, defending the threads of nobility that weave my race into a single glorious nation. At least I do not die in vain. Aren't you ashamed of what you did? With a mournful look, he says, you wouldn't understand. You are not of my people. Whose orders are you following? He smiles. You think that since I'm at death's doors, I will reveal the secret to my superiors? You're mistaken. I and others like me know how to make our hearts stop beating before any treacherous words can spill from our mouths. I'll remain loyal to the end. I wish I had a lich option to make him undead. Or like, be like, hey, if you don't tell me what I want to know, I'm reanimating you. And you're gonna carry my toilet paper. Just, but with literally seconds to think of an idea that would shame him into giving information, that's the first thing I come up with. I'm gonna make you the toilet paper skeleton if you don't start watching yourself. Die already, you backstabbing wretch. He closes his eyes and a quiet, peaceful breath escapes his lips. His chest stops heaving and his fingers he had wrapped around his weapon go limp. There's a deep bitterness in Kalessa's voice. He even managed to die gracefully despite being a complete scoundrel. New event. A letter about Kalessa hiding truth. Can I get an explanation? Thorn wasn't a dark hunter. He was just a hunter. He's okay. Time out, guys. I seriously feel like either A, I've met these guys before and I forgot, or B, there was supposed to be a quest that led into this quest and I never got it. It's acting like I knew these people, and if I did, I forgot them. Thorn wasn't a dark hunter, he was just a hunter. He served the Winter Council, a powerful elven organization. It wants me dead because I learned a very dark secret. That's why they sent Thorn to kill me and everyone I could potentially have told about it, meaning you. He was at the tavern in Kenabres? So I met him briefly? Tell me the whole truth. I was born in Keonan, in the blessed forest of the elves. I was different back then, pure and noble, but no matter how beautiful and fair Keonan is, it had its share of injustice, cruelty, and crimes committed with impunity, and I could never stand crimes going unpunished. I joined the Sunset Wasps, a secret set of vigilantes dedicated to Callistria. That's a goddess of lust and revenge. By night, we would bring justice to those whom the law had failed to punish, liars, traitors, molesters, and murderers. But the further we went, the more our doubts grew. We asked ourselves, how reliable was the information we were getting? Could there have been any mistakes? Alas, it was too late. The whole time we were puppets in the hands of a priestess of Deskari by the name of Anamora. The monster had been toying with us and used us to kill innocents. Wow, nice freaking job. The Wasp was revealed to be a locust, and we were unmasked as criminals, outcasts. We were wanted and had nowhere to run. The only option was to bend the knee to Anamora, who promised us protection. I was the only one who refused, but I was captured and taken by force. Then, under Anamora's watchful eye, our apprenticeship began. We did dark, horrible things, bathing in violence and spite, myself included. I did them too. At first, I was controlled by magic, then they broke me. And the dark fate, the curse of our people, took us one by one, until finally it embraced me as well. When I saw the monster I'd become, I mustered what remained of my will and fled. I wanted to tell everyone the truth, tell them how we were caught in the demon's trap, let the world know about the dark fate. But Anamora's hunters, my former comrades, they came for me, and they weren't the only ones, as it turned out. What's the dark fate? It's been assumed since time immemorial that the Drow are either a degenerate branch of our kind or an aberrant perversion, a mockery fostered by the dark gods. But the truth is that the chasm between the elves and the Drow is much smaller than one might think. Any elf can become a Drow. Absolutely anyone. I didn't know that. Unless that this is just them being creative with writing. If that's actual, like, D&D Pathfinder lore, I did not know that. I thought they were separate races. Whenever an elf commits an unthinkable evil, letting darkness into their heart, they may one day transform. The dark fate is a state of the soul of an unrepentant malefactor who detests the light. An elf like that is no different from a drow, both in appearance and in spirit, and thus they become a drow. She smiles mirthlessly. Her face shows the immense fatigue of the months of wandering and fighting for survival. Such cruel irony. The elves were trying so desperately to convince everyone that they have nothing to do with the drow, the most vile horde race in the world, and it turns out the distance between a normal elf and a drow is a single step. What about Anamora? She is a true drow, one who never was a normal elf. Even among drow, she's a dangerous monster, the deadliest of Deskari's servants. Fear her. Her flesh nurses swarms of terrifying creatures. And her mind. I've learned the danger of her guile firsthand. The Winter Council. What sort of organization is it? It's a legend, but few doubt its existence. It's said to be a clique of influential elves of Kionan, a mysterious group that watches over the interests of elven kind, protecting them by any means necessary. Murder, espionage, blackmail. No tool is excessive for them if the reputation and honor of the elven nation is at stake. When I decided to tell the world the truth about the Dark Fate, the bane of our kind, I signed my own death warrant in the eyes of the Winter Council. They don't want elves to be tarnished by their association with the ignoble drow. They're too scared of being held responsible for the crimes of the Dark Cousins. It's better to hide this dangerous truth and destroy everyone who knows it. The Elf Illuminati. Alright, what now? Now I ask one last favor of you. I still have friends left in Kionan. Real ones. Ones I could trust. Send a letter to Avanara, so to the leader of the Border Defenders. Recount my tragic tale so it doesn't die as the Winter Council wants it to, since I won't have the chance to speak this truth myself. Is it because of the arrows she got hit with? Because you will have to end my life now, soldier. She looks at you calmly, wearily. There's neither threat nor fear in her words, only a plea and acceptance of the inevitable. What? I'm not against, you know, killing someone who tried to kill me or something, but you just gave me homework, and now you want out. You sound like people I knew in college. No. You don't have a choice. Goodbye.
Victory is certain.
I mean, what if I just run away? She's gonna make me. An undead mastodon? Yep. Man. Wait, what? Make a decision about her. Wait, she's still. I think she's supposed to be dead, but she's very not dead, chat.
I'll go ahead.
I think there's a little glitch there. Yeah, I think she's supposed to be dead. Okay. Is there any... Oh, there is other stuff here. What's going on? You could have offered her a job. I didn't see that option. Unless, I don't know if you're trolling me or not. I don't know if that's actually a thing. You know what I found out talking to other people in the Discord? There was actually another companion that I should have stumbled across at like level 2, and I somehow completely missed her by like 10 feet. I missed her. It was like this lady is like a witch getting burned at the stake. And I went right past, didn't see her. And she's a companion you can have through the entire game. I freaking did that in Dragon Age Inquisition too. In Dragon Age Inquisition, there was two people, like two side quests. One was the dark-skinned lady. She was like this noble mage. And the other was the half-elf thief lady. And they each had a quest. And it told you, like, hey, here's these quests, but if you do the next step of the story, those two quests disappear. You had to do it before you advance the main story. I didn't do them in time. They disappeared. I forgot about them. And then later on, I was watching other people's playthroughs, and I was like, who are these people? And it was, yeah, I never found Ember. I never even met Ember or the talking weapon. A lot of people have been like, "Oh, what are you doing with your talking weapon?" And I'm like, "What?" Well, that sounded like Kermit the Frog, but I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I did not come across either of them, just by sheer bad luck. You would have hated her anyway. Why do you say that? I mean, is she like Seela? Seela's annoying. She's a goody-goody. I love the mage. Thief got annoying. I did not even do the thief's first quest because he was irritating. The resonant voice of the majestic angel rings out through the hushed streets of Dresden. You hear his words from afar. They concealed it right under our noses, and without Xanthair's notes, that incarnation of corruption, even I would not have been able to locate the barrier. Surely the Herald of the Inheritor can rid us of this scourge. Irabeth stumbles over her words slightly. So, The enemy is below the ground here. Wait, he's bowing to me? It is impossible, righteous one. I cannot do it alone. But wait, I hear the steps of one who brings hope. I am the hand of the inheritor, herald of Iomade the Lightbringer, and I greet you, champion of Galarian. Oh my god. Alright, the chaotic option is, can you stay like that for a while? Every single person hasn't yet seen you kneeling before me. Oh, there's no neutral option. Oh my god. Alright, one good deed isn't going to swing me out of the alignment. Alright, just stand up. This display is unnecessary. Forgive me if I embarrassed you. I see no shame in paying rightful homage to a hero such as yourself. I honestly thought that this guy was going to tell me off for my dark ways. I'm surprised he's acting like this. Please allow me to thank you for saving Targona the Silver-Haired. We thought we would never see our sister alive again. Okay, I remember saving an angel that had a prosthetic wing from the lab. Was that Targona? I forget the name, but I remember the act. Okay, okay, I see yeses. All right. What brings you here? Your deeds and exploits. You have brought hope to these accursed lands, hope that the demon invasion will finally be stopped once and for all, and I'm here to aid my goddess's chosen one. What did you discuss with Irabeth? This. He gestures toward a symbol on the paving stones. The Ivory Sanctum held a dark secret. Directly beneath Dresden, in the bowels of the earth, there lies one more bastion of the demons, the Midnight Fane. It is the repository of a mighty rift through which the spawn of the Abyss travel to Galarian. The entrance to the place is right in front of us, blocked by a barrier that is accessible only to demons. So this is where Minago fled to and where all the demons in the city have been coming from. They can pass through the barrier freely, but we can't, and it doesn't just stop us, it injures us too. It is much worse than that. The barrier is imbued with enormous power. An attempt to break through will trigger a magical explosion. I could protect you and the city from it, but even my powers will be insufficient to hold back the chaos and open the way. That is what disturbs me most. We cannot allow the demons to rebuild their armies and plot their next attack right below the Sacred Heart of the Crusade. Apparently, I have a solution. Xanthir Vang told me about this demonic barrier. I encountered similar barriers in Aurilu Vorlesh's lab. I have a key that can break through the barrier. All you have to do is protect us from the blast. I am impressed by your many gifts, champion. Together we shall open the passage and protect the city, and then we shall burn the Midnight Fane with the cleansing fire of righteousness. Can I rest first? I am sleepy boy. But first we must gather our strength. I shall send word to Queen Galfrey. Her help may be necessary when we reach the dark bastion of the Abyss. The Queen will heed my call and arrive quickly within a month. You must use this time to prepare to attack the Fane. So, a timer. Is that prepare our heroes or prepare the army? Can I ask a few questions? What do you think about the Sword of Valor? It changed under the effect of my powers. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. I thought it just broke. The Herald raises a hand. Do not fret, champion. The great relic, given to the world by my Lady Iomade, will continue to serve you as it has served all people before now. The Sword of Valor has not lost its protective properties, it has merely changed its design. Some might call it blasphemous, but not I. Oh? For the power that changed the banner's design was given to you by Iomade herself. Iomade doesn't like undead, so I'm kind of surprised that they chose this angle. Can you tell me anything about my power? I'm afraid not. Even I am not privy to all the workings of my radiant mistress. I believe that she has chosen you, and I know that she watches over her chosen ones most attentively. She does not lead mortals by the hand, but allows them to prove themselves, to prove that they are worthy of her divine mercy. I sense the dark roots that have sprouted from the seat of power in your soul. I offer no condemnation. You have led the Crusaders to victory over evil, and that means you are on the true path. Even if you strayed at some point in your past, it is not the end, and much still lies ahead. While Iomade was still mortal, she underwent the test of the Starstone. Alright, hold on. A unique gemstone meteorite was part of a massive meteor shower that struck Galarian. This event was Earthfall. Oh, the Storyteller is part of that. And gained her godhood. It may well be that you're experiencing a similar trial, and at the end of which you will be gain true righteousness and power. It seems I caused the Sword of Valor to change. Blood from my wound on my chest fell onto the banner, and that means this mysterious wound is a mark of valor, given to you by my mistress, setting you apart from all the rest, champion. Why would the goddess bestow a wound on me? Because this world of yours, champion, is bleeding, and my lady's chosen one carries a crimson mark as a sign of the great suffering borne by mortal kind. The scarlet drops on your breast, they are the blood of all the martyrs and all the innocents. That is how I see it. Can you heal it? Defy my lady's will? It pains me, but I must refuse you, champion. If you are suffering from this affliction, it must be part of the inheritor's design. The pain serves to remind you of the path you must take. And you're sure this is a gift from Iomade? No, I could be mistaken and unable to perceive the full truth. At least he's open-minded about it. The inheritor's thoughts are hidden from me, but I am but her hand. I do not test her will with my doubts, nor crave answers to my questions. I simply trust and serve. But I know that if your body can be harmed by malevolent fiends, my goddess would have extended her mercy to you and healed you. Alright. Alright. Farewell. May Iomade's light be with you. Okay. First off, I want to rest.
I know the way.
I can't even summon a mammoth if I get in trouble right now, chat. What kind of necromancer can't yeet an undead mammoth at a moment's notice? Who's this guy? An older man in dusty traveling clothes waves at you. His face is tanned, his gray eyes are bright. Commander, aren't you the commander? Well met. My name is Lathamus the Antiquarian. I study ancient relics. Perhaps you've heard of me, though if you haven't, it doesn't matter. An antiquarian? Do you sell anything? Alas, I don't. They call me the Antiquarian because of my love for ancient items that might otherwise seem mundane and useless. Few understand the principles of archaeology. Sometimes even a shard from an old oil lamp is enough to shine a light on the darkness of history. Kisei, thank you, buddy. Mukluk, Douglas, Bob, that'll be Reginald Esquire the Fourth, that's the Face the Third, was you, Toxic Loof, Lols Ninja, Palinois, and Kisei 10. To the left, hope you enjoy your stay. Entertainment is on the way. Crank at the speakers, switch to the speakers, giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but you'll only need the edge. What do you want from me? I'm planning a rather dangerous expedition, and I will need the help of a strong, skilled warrior. Not without recompense, of course. I found an ancient map leading to a certain cave system, a dragon burial ground. Okay. But it wasn't merely a place where old dragons came to die. I have a theory that once upon a time a great battle took place in these caves, and many relics and artifacts were left behind. You're waging a long and difficult war. Help me uncover the secrets of the dragon burial ground, and I will give you all of my savings. Believe me, I've earned a lot during my years of travel. All I need is someone to clear the way down in the caves. Who knows what sort of demons inhabit that place now? Maybe I can make some undead dragons? Tell me the details. Of course, I'll answer any questions you've got. Why do you want me to get personally involved? You could have just asked me to send an armed escort with you. Don't think I'm trying to disparage here, but the ordinary soldiers, after all, what if we discover treasure down below? Will they resist the allure of gold for the sake of science? Will they keep our expedition a secret, even if my competitors promise them huge sums of money? No, I'm sorry, but I will only rely on someone who is trusted by the queen. And where did you get this map of the dragon burial ground? I bartered it from a ranger in exchange for an amulet. The ranger wasn't keen on going deeper into the world wound, and I doubt he even understood how valuable this map might be for science. I dare say he made a poor bargain. What do you hope to find? I seek evidence that a raging battle was fought there, and perhaps also evidence of the reasons for such a conflict. Dragons would not gather together for such a large battle over some petty inconsequential feud. Oh no, they must have had a serious reason, and that perhaps is the biggest mystery in all dragonkind. Admok, I know this is a dummy problem, but currently I try to make heavy ascended armor, and I run out of wool all the time. I don't really know of a great place to farm wool in Guild Wars 2. I would just recommend farming money in whatever game mode you like, and then use that money to buy wool from the trading post. Not at all. Good night, Beansy. Tell me more about your theory. I'm interested in dragon history from the days of Apsu and the creation of Dahak up until now. But dragons are reclusive creatures, and they don't enjoy discussing their history with strangers. Sure, we know about many historical conflicts involving dragons, but as for large-scale battles between dragons, they prefer to keep quiet about those, and thus we historians remain in the dark. Alright, I've heard enough. And what's your decision? Yeah, I'll try to help you. Splendid! He smiles, but the smile doesn't reach his observant gray eyes. I shall immediately head to the cave entrance and wait you there. I think I can handle this part of the journey, but as for the dangers that wait down below, I fear I know nothing about them. Dragon Burial Ground revealed. Irabeth looks a little puzzled, but salutes you as protocol demands. Commander, you have a letter from Mendev. It was sent via the Church of Iomade by a trusted courier from the Nerosian archives. It is sealed and signed by Inquisitor Leoder, and I was asked to deliver it to you personally. So that's what I'm doing. She hands you a sealed scroll. Why do you look so puzzled? I know Inquisitor Leoder very well. His nickname is Hawkblade for a reason. He works in the field. He does not deal with paperwork. I was wondering what he was doing in Nerosian and the archives of all places. The most dangerous things the Inquisition catch there are rats, not witches or cults. Oh, wait, was this the guy that was investigating Darren? On second thought, I don't want to know. I'm better off staying out of the Inquisition's business. Thank you. You can leave now. The paladin salutes you and leaves. I totally forgot about Darren's little problem. You see a tall old woman with an imperious face and tangled gray hair. She is wearing a simple robe with a decayed hem riddled with small holes. She wears no jewelry but carries herself like a queen. Greetings, Commander. I am Elyanka Camilleri, priestess of Urgathoa. Isn't that a messed up god? The pallid princess, lady of despair, the goddess of physical excess, disease, and undead. Yup. A noblewoman of the immortal Principality of Ustalov. I also represent the secret society of the Whispering Way. My lord sent me to congratulate you on your victory. We are impressed on how bravely you open your practice, I can't read. We are impressed by how bravely and openly you practice the art of death in your dominions. The true nobles of Ustalov, those who haven't forgotten the ancient fame of our country, welcome you as an ally and a kindred spirit. In these times, those who dare to openly practice necromancy and its related arts must stand together. My first is our gift to you, a sign of our good intentions. I've brought troops with me and talented wizards to help in the war. We hate the demons as much as you do. We will be glad to see our northern boundaries change from being a constant threat to the home of a good neighbor. Tell me about yourself. She raises her chin proudly. My name is Elyanka Camilleri. I came from a small but ancient Ustalov family. When I received Urgathoa's blessing, I was only 16. At the time, strange people used to come to our forests. They burnt fires, danced around them, sang in an unknown language, made merry, and feasted on the meat of our stags shot illegally in the Camilleri woods. Many simple people went to the woods at night to join the strangers. I was also curious about them. One night I ran away from the estate and went into the forest. I found them by following the sound of their singing. They were priests of Urgathoa. They enjoyed life skillfully and greedily, for death was always just half over their shoulder. After that, I left home every night to dance with them, sing, copulate, and enjoy eating half-raw bleeding venison. However, it didn't last long. The servants told my father about my trips. Camilleri hunters followed my tracks, caught us at the edge of the forest, and killed everyone except for me. My strict father spared me. He had me sent to an asylum near Caliphus where I was kept in restraint, starved, and tortured in other therapeutic ways. After 3 years, I managed to escape. They pursued me, but I made it all the way home. Is it a spoiler to mention a mythic path that Muck is already disqualified for? If I'm already disqualified for it, I guess that's fine. Like, people have already accidentally told me that there's like a dragon path, there's a swarm, there's, I know there's angel and devil. I've seen dialogue options for Eon, which I think is law, and trickster, which I assume is chaos, but I'm not sure. That night they served lamb at the Camilleri estate. Father liked it baked with herbs and flavorful spices, which is why he didn't notice the bitter tang of poison. They all died. My father, my mother, and 3 brothers and 6 sisters. I gave them the gift of Urgathoa, undeath, everyone except my father. Then I went deep into the forest, built a fire, ate some meat of a fawn I killed, and sang a song. I sang until 2 frightened and intrigued girls, the forest daughters, found me in my clearing. So she started the whole thing over. But she's got a small army of undead family. And why do I need you here? Our undead warriors will serve you well. They know no fear or fatigue. They are unconditionally loyal and can fight demons just as well as your crusaders can. Hey, dude, you're preaching to the choir. I use them, I know. I will try to help you with my advice. You don't understand it yet, but your heroic image won't protect you from the attacks of hate mongers who abhor the very thought of necromancy being practiced openly. They will plot behind your back, make attempts on your life, thwart your plans. Our society has been dealing with such intrigues for many years. I will suggest ways to avoid such traps and strengthen yourself, and of course I will ask Urgathoa to bestow her mercy on your servants, your lands, and your actions. And why would I trust you? It makes no sense for us to harm you. There are a few countries where necromancers take positions of power. We need to stand together to survive. Besides, you're fighting demons. Our proximity to the World Wound is always worried Ustalov. Helping you will allow us to lay the foundation for a strong alliance between us and to eliminate the threat hanging over our lands. He chose the wrong options of the path, which is why it wouldn't be a big deal to mention it. He goes, oh wait, there was also a, what was it? I saw an Azada path. I know what an Azada is. I have not seen anything in the game that made me think I could become an Azada, so I have no idea how I closed that off. Alright, welcome to the war. We are glad to serve you, Commander. New emo god girlfriend? She didn't even have a portrait, so I highly doubt she's a romance option. You have an unexpected get. Whoa, Septimus from Raid Shadow Legends. Yo. Standing in front of you, you see a youth of about 18 with dark hair, high forehead, and noble face. He is draped in black from head to toe. Greetings, Commander. My name is Septimus. I'm a vampire. Sorry, what? I'm a vampire and one of the blood lords of Geb, a country that lies far to the south. I've been given the honor of delivering congratulations to you on your first victory in this war. We are glad to see that in the north, at the other end of the world, a new necrocratic power has risen. Geb will be pleased to support you and provide assistance as a gift and as a sign of gratitude. Accept the army I brought. You can consider me your loyal servant and advisor. Wow, okay. You look very young. How old are you really? Regret seeps into the vampire's voice. When I was 18, I took part in a dangerous raid in the Mana Waste. It is a horrible place, a scar on the body of the world left by the war between Geb and Nex. When I returned from there, Yo, they really like giving their life stories. When I returned from there, my flesh was being eaten away by an unknown magical disease. Becoming a vampire was the only way to survive. Many years have passed since then. I've worked, studied, achieved high status, but my appearance has stayed the same. You never answered my question. Okay, so you're a stupid vampire. How do I know you're not spies? Geb is far away. It makes no sense for us to harm you. On the contrary, we hate demons and respect leaders who don't shy away from forbidden practices of necromancy. Why would we plot against you? What do I need you for? I brought a troop of warriors who will bravely fight the demons. They are undead, trained for combat, and all the commanders are vampires, my kind. In life, they were most worthy knights, and it will be an honor for them to serve a just cause. And I, in return, will help you with advice to the best of my abilities. I will tell you how we have fostered the coexistence of mortals and undead in Geb. I think this information is particularly relevant for you at this time. All right, welcome to the army. He takes a gracious bow. I am glad to meet a friend in this austere northern land. I admit we were worried our overture would be misconstrued. I'm glad that you are cautious and unbiased in your judgment. Yo, I bet a lot of my advisors are getting really upset right now. I'm like, yeah, Necros, vampires, come on in. Elyanka, the priestess of Urgathoa from Ustala, bursts into the room. She kept, you do not, what bills do you pay that you be slamming doors in my house? You've been here like 2 minutes, girl, and you're already slamming doors. She casts a scathing look at Septimus and then looks at you with indignation. You aren't going to let this dirty leech into your house, are you? This vampire will charm you with his magic and then stab you in the back. The thugs from Ustalov got to you before us. Lamentable. I hope you do not heed her advice. There is nothing in her words besides poison and treachery. Necromancy is so despised precisely because of people like her and her kin. If we met under different circumstances, I would do the world a favor and dispose of you, priestess. However, out of respect for the commander, I suggest we shed no blood here and make a pact to cease hostilities between us. Elyanka is silent for a while, her eyes blazing as she fights to keep her anger in check. Then she hisses through her teeth. A pact. No bloodshed, solely out of respect for the commander. Thank you guys for agreeing not to bleed on my carpet. Jesus Christ. I'm glad they could come to such a beneficial arrangement to not bleed on my carpet. Alright, we need to rest. At least it's already red. Yeah, it's like Deadpool, planning ahead. Wearing the brown pants.
You think it is a disgrace to be a Hell Knight. I think it is a disgrace to be anything else in this war. It is the only logical position.
This guy's voice actor is doing it all wrong.
But at what cost to your soul?
That's not how he sounds. I know how he sounds. All right. Mammoth missile is ready to go, chat. It is recharged. All right, let's step outside.